already had low expectations, to be honest. I've just heard enough about how this team plays. You hear about it, 3X over X players, more MLS experience than our team. And then you saw how exciting our squad was going to be, new young guys, but no Miggy on the bench, no firepower really if we get into trouble to come out and save us like they did in Charleston, frankly. So, we were riding a thin line. It means we couldn't make mistakes. And we made a number of massive mistakes against speed up the front, and we were punished for it. And I think they deserved the win, So, I think in the end we saw some great flair from Atlanta United again. Typical, we went up 1-0, but we just cannot keep a clean sheet. And I honestly believe that although there may have been some things, small things coulda, shoulda, woulda done at the end with the final goal, he was the only reason that I think we kept in this game. If you go back and watch the stream, you're going to see that we could have easily been down 3-1 very early on. So, it's disappointing. But at the same time, this is the U.S. Open Cup. This is why I love the U.S. Open Cup. It's a circus. You don't know what's going to happen. We're on their turf. It's the best NASL team there is. They've been undefeated, right? 12 of 13 matches won. They've just scored a bazillion goals. They scored, four goals in 2 matches against MLS team. I mean, it's crazy. So they deserve it. It'll be really interesting. Right now, it's 0-0, Cincinnati and Chicago as we do this. So I think it'd be really cool to see the fairy tale continue, see Miami go on and meet Cincinnati. Best to them. But we just weren't good enough.
I'll simply echo what he said. The flip side is it was really nice to get to see some of our younger players get out there, get to see them fight, and see where our future is. So even though we lost, it was really cool seeing where we're headed.
That last goal, I mean, was it deserved? It's just us getting caught out for the 3rd time in the game.
Again, we paid a back 3. Yeah. I think I was actually quite shocked that Mears stayed in. Yeah. I didn't think he had a good game. Yeah. I thought he was very predictable. He broadcast all of his moves, especially towards the end. He held the ball too long. We all did. I mean, we were down. You'd think that we would be throwing guys forward. There's nothing to lose, right? It's not going here for points in the table. Right. And it just looked like our guys were either gassed or just were disinterested at the end of the match. Maybe shell-shocked. I don't know. But as you were saying, and you were saying WrestleMania scored the penalty, you have to remember, Andrew Carlton is the one that created that penalty. Absolutely. While a lot of our guys were passing, back and forth, passing back, he continued to probe. He continued to try and press forward when there was nothing there and create opportunities. And Vasquez, too, was the same thing. I think a lot of times Vasquez didn't get a lot of the opportunities he may have been looking for because we played so slow that we were tossing these long balls at his head. And I think that's not really where he's best. But, again, saw the young guys. I think as much as that was a gut-wrenching last goal, way to go down, just as much as we had a lot of opportunities throwing things in the box, I think they took their clear-cut chances. And Can saved us from getting a few more goals. So I look at it as, we would have been lucky to go to penalties if it went to, as the commentator said, FC Miami, overtime.
Just once again reiterating, Carlton, just seeing that aggression from a young player, he's hungry. And he wanted us to see how hungry he was, and it was just inspirational to watch him pushing forward all the time.